channel. So this video is the actual video that I had, the interview that I had with my principal in Arizona. Actually, if you know, I don't have any plans to go to the US anymore, but I had the opportunity to be interviewed. This is my first interview for the 3 years that I've been applying in the US. This was my first interview and thank God I passed. So this video will give you some ideas on the questions. You might barely hear it, but at least you get an idea on what happens in an actual interview. So they were very impressed. They told me they were impressed, and 2 days after the interview, I thought I had a second interview, but during the second interview, I was introduced as one of the panelists. So I was not expecting to be one of the panelists while I'm still in the Philippines. So there were 5 applicants for the physical education teacher position, and then I got the first slot. So on the second interview, I was part of the panelists. So we interviewed another 4 teachers, physical education teachers from the Philippines. So I was really happy that they were impressed with my interview. I'll be making a separate video on the tips on how you answer interview questions with your principal. I just feel so blessed right now. I'm waiting for my DS 2019 so that I can proceed to my visa. So I hope this helps, especially those who'll be having their interview. So this is really the actual video. I hope you learned something, and I wish you all the best in your application in the USA. Thank you. Just keep on watching and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye. Hello? Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Rakem, Miss Alisa. Hello? Hello? Oh, yes, sorry. Hello. Yes, good afternoon. I'm very excited to meet you, Miss Alisa. I've been sending you messages every year, and thank you for responding. And finally, this is happening. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Nice to meet you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Hello, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you for your introduction, everyone. Thank you, Miss Alisa. Yes, so hello again, everyone. My name is Rakim Jade Emraklip. I'm 27 years of age. I've been teaching for 6 years about music, arts, physical education, and health. I teach grade 7 students and I also teach, I've experienced teaching college and high school students. And I really enjoy teaching MAPE. We call it MAPE in the Philippines, and especially PE. We do dances, trainings, and I have experience in coaching wrestling for, 2 years ago before the pandemic, and we won internationally. I was the coach and I had a certificate. Not internationally, but nationally. We won in the national contest. And right now, I want to work in Page Middle School because some of my friends from Bio One are there, and I also believe in your mission, which is to establish relationships every day so that every day each student will reach their highest potential academically, socially, and cognitively. And when we have good relationship and communication with our colleagues and our students, then learning is very, very inspirational. Thank you. My friend is Miss Leia Ann. Yes. She's a colleague. No, she's only the one that I know. Middle school learners want to have education as fun and engaging, and I think that um, these characteristics that they have also gives us the chance and the challenge to become a teacher who has more activities, and we can also ask them on what choices they want, especially in PE activities. Although we have to modify sometimes, especially that some students are not, let's say, not really interested in doing PE activities, and that's the challenge for us to modify the activities, communicate with them what activities that they want, so that it is like learning also for the teacher, that we will also learn on what objectives and what kind of activities we will be doing. We learn every year. Every year we continue to, learning is a lifelong skill. So we have to learn on what strategies we can put to the students and assess them and observe them. Thank you. Yes, so in the Philippines, we call it like across the curriculum. So what we do is we coordinate with other teachers on what topic they are focusing right now. For example, if their lesson in science is, let's say, biology or chemistry, we can use that in physical education. Not only music, but we can also do it like in some movements in physical education. And according to research, when learning is coordinated with some movements, learning or the process of learning is easier and is more retained. And that's what we do in my school. We always coordinate with other teachers so that they can not only learn on physical education, but also on other topics. Yes, thank you. So collaboration is really important. In my experience, I always enjoy, coaching and festivals. We do festivals at the last part of the year, and I coordinate with teachers, especially that we have to compete. There, I'm the organizer, and there will be a competition for each section. We have 18 sections, and I am the organizer of that festival. So we focus on the culture of the Philippines. We do it in a festival, like a dance, and I coordinate with them, especially in practicing. I'll ask their time for the practice, especially if they are doing something on their specific lesson. What I find rewarding about that is that the communication is becoming stronger. I think I'm not focused on just working with someone, you know, in school, but also developing that relationship. You'll be working with that person for a very long time. I mean, if you retire in the same school, it's really good to have colleagues that become family. And I think the challenge is that the attitude, the personality, there are in my part there, the festival is like let's say that it is a dance and it's an extracurricular activity, but it's graded. But some teachers who are really focused on the curriculum, maybe they don't want to give their ample time for that. And I think we should always have the respect, understanding, communication. And as I learned from my university, there is really unity in diversity, and we have to find the middle ground in understanding each other. And communication is really the key. Thank you. I'm a very hardworking person. I've been financially independent since I was 16. I was a working student. I had a lot of experiences, and I want to inspire the students, and also I have I can build good relationships with my colleagues and of course my students. And I always follow or observe the levels of skills to modify it, to follow the standards alignment in preparing the lesson. And I'm very compassionate. And I was awarded as one of the best teachers in our school when in 2017. I only taught for 1 year, but I already received that reward, and it was really inspiring. And as a physical education teachers, I want to have clear expectations, especially in the safety. We have to follow the district and school protocols, and of course, we have to appreciate human relations. And education should not only be about ourselves, but also how we are able to use this education for the betterment of the community. That's what I want to instill to my students. Thank you. Yes, so physical education, let's say that these classes we can coordinate with parents and staff. We can organize activities that include the parents, so that their relationship with their kids doing activities will strengthen the relationship, and the staff can also join in those activities. And I can also ask other colleagues to help me in preparing for those activities, and also communicate with them how's the progress of their kids. Are they doing well in physical education? I want to emphasize that because being healthy and being physically fit also, you know, gives you the opportunity to do better and to function better in life. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Miss Elisa. So we aside from video presentations and giving them options on they what want to do, I think observing the students on their career path and asking them, communicating with them is really important. And in physical education, as I said, we can if we can see their progress, and we can also ask them about their choices in PE activities. In doing or choosing their career, I always want to tell them that follow their passion. That's the really important thing. I mean, not only for children, but also for adults. If you're happy with what you're doing, then you can be happy for the rest of your life. That's I want to any activity that can give them the definition of their happiness in doing what they want. So whatever career that they want to have, as long as they are happy in what they're doing, then I think that activity will help them to to have an idea on what they want and pursue in the future. Thank you. Yes, so classroom routines is really important. Consistency, especially, so there will be no bullying. At the start of the class, you can greet them, tell them your goals. I mean, goals for that day, what skills they're going to develop on that specific day. And then, let's say in physical education, we'll have a 5 minute um, warm up. It really depends on what activity that we are doing on that day. So, goal setting or telling them the objectives, warming up, and doing the main activity, modifying the activities. If there are students who are disabled, we can modify those activities. For example, if we're lifting very heavy things, then we can give them things that are not very heavy for them to, you know, they won't feel that they are, do not belong. So again, there will be a university, unity in diversity. So, and I always have some ample time at the last part of the lesson or last part of the class to have a cleanup time to develop their discipline and also prepare the classroom or the gym for the next section or the next class. Thank you.